Hello everybody, this is Jose Heredia with ADJ. We're celebrating 30 years of pure lighting excitement, and I'm here at the showroom here in Los Angeles, California with my friend Edgar Gonzalez. How are you, Edgar?
How's it going, Jose?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
I'm really excited because today we have a really good show. Today we're going to be talking about Media Master Express, distributed by ADJ. And with Media Master Express, you can do so many things with video manipulation, creation, and all sorts of cool stuff. To get into it, Edgar, why don't you give us a tour of what's going on behind us? I mean, this is a really cool rig. What's all this?
Well, let's talk about it. We're using a 65-inch TV as our main display, and to add eye candy, we went ahead and added some pixel mappable fixtures of ours, like our dots 1x4 and our dots bricks and our new flash cling battens.
Awesome. We're actually going to pretend like this setup is an actual gig, and we've been hired, Edgar and myself, to be the video producers for this big, giant convention, corporate, rock star type of event. And this plasma screen is actually an LED video wall, so it could be anything you want, but we're going to use our imagination today. And we got a couple of fixtures laid out on the side. Now, since these fixtures are responding to the video, most of the fixtures that were coming out now with ADJ do have ArtNet and KlingNet capable devices, but some of them don't, like the Dots Brick. Tell me, how are you doing pixel mapping with these fixtures even though they don't have KlingNet capable ready?
So what happens if you have a fixture that's pixel mappable, but you don't have the RJ45 input? You can easily adjust that by incorporating an easy cling box to it. And then that'll translate DMX into KlingNet.
Awesome. So to be able to create this scene and send pixel signals to each of these devices, you need a software that's powerful like Grand Media Master, or Archeo's Grand Media Master Express. Media Master Express, sorry. And to show us a tour of Media Master Express, Edgar, why don't you come on over here and show us this beautiful display right here.
For sure. So before getting into it, I do want to touch bases on the capabilities of Media Master Express. It gives you 8 layers here on our Express version. So you're able to add 8 different video clips to it. It's very powerful. It allows you to do live feed to it. So if you're running multiple cameras, Media Master Express can certainly handle that. It gives you the manipulation of adding effects to your video clips. So if you're a DJ, you can add custom effects. If you're doing, at a concert, you can use this at bigger events, concert, have your media going here, going there, adding multiple effects to it. If you're doing church, you can have, lyrics going on one layer of your main screen. You can have different, up to 8 layers, and send it to different outputs. So it's a very powerful software. But getting into it, as you can see here, we have our 8 layers that we spoke about, and I'm basically just gonna kind of go over of what each individual thing is here. So if we hover over here, if we double click on this, it pulls up our media, our library management. From here, I'm able to select any graphic that I want. So if I want to select that graphic, as easy as that, double clicking it and just bringing up a fader. So then from there, right now it's selected to effect. I don't want an effect on it. I can switch it here to no effect. And we're going to leave that. And here is where we want to tell it, hey, where do you want this video clip going to? So for instance, we want this on our main display, which is our 65-inch TV. So I've already mapped that out there to our Panasonic TV. But if you wanted it full screen, top left, bottom right, you have that option. So if you have custom logos, or if you want to send a message out but you don't want it to control over the full screen, then you have different options here under your precision. And going right under it is our mixing. So that incorporates when you start bringing other clips into the mix here. And it's basically self-explanatory. Multiplication will multiply the effect as you're mixing it in.
So it's almost like a layer mode, like in Photoshop or Premiere. It allows you to layer your images and be able to manipulate each individual layer.
Exactly. So again, it's just very self-explanatory. Tile, these are just the different mixing effects that you can get. And output here is your full screen display, and since we have our KlingNet enabled, we can do our KlingNet here as well. Here's a quick tip. We'll go ahead and go here, open up this here. Now, if, for instance, we have our monitor here, we'll bring that down, and we'll bring up our KlingNet here on the side. So if we bring these two outputs at full brightness, you can see that the monitor is a little bit dimmer than the KlingNet output. So what you can do, for instance, as a quick tip, is load the same graphic on 2 channels and then have one output to your KlingNet, and then that'll create your dimmer channel on the KlingNet. So now you can lower the brightness on the KlingNet to match the main display output.
Cool, that's very useful for times when you're working with a director and the camera is capturing the lights emitting from these KlingNet devices, and they're so bright that it's overpowering the camera. You could dim them down here.
Exactly. So instead of having it to all your outputs, you can customize. If you have different setups, different screens, you can have this one brighter, have the side ones dimmer.
Cool. Well, let's say that we're doing this convention, this Rockstar convention, and the CEO comes to you and says, "Hey, I want you to put my logo up on the screen." What sort of the steps do you need to do to be able to do that?
That's very easy. So the way Media Master Express works, once you download it and you install it, you need to set a root folder. A root folder basically is telling Media Master where all your media is going to be stored at. So the way you do that, and by the way, you have 255 folders to put media into, and over 60,000 banks to put all your effects, video clips, and all that. So it's unlimited. You're never going to run out of space for it. You're going to run out of space on your hard drive before you run out of space, on banks. So basically, you set your root folder. You would drop that into your root folder, and then you would locate it. If it doesn't show up, it's because you need to refresh your library. It'll refresh your library. Let's say, for instance, we're going to use our ADJ logo here.
Our beautiful ADJ logo.
So we double click on the logo, and now we have our logo there. So it pops up. Now, if you notice, it's double layering because we have 2 at the same time. So we need to bring our other output down, and that'll have it there.
Got it. Let's say I wanted this to be a watermark, like on the lower right-hand side of the screen, and then my main content up on the screen. How would you do that?
Okay, so if we see here on this little button here, you can tell that layer where you want it at. So either the foreground, normal, or background. So for instance, for a logo, we want it on our foreground. We hit foreground, and then just to add a certain effect, we want to add like a background. We can bring a background here and have that there. Make sure we just have our full screen. So you could have a cool background effect, and that'll stay in the front like that.
Awesome, awesome. And as far as at this conference that we're doing, the CEO is going to do a presentation.
Okay.
He's going to be the keynote speaker, and we have a camera. Can we connect cameras to Media Master Express?
Yes, Media Master Express can certainly handle a live feed. So we'll bring this down. We'll showcase that there. So we want to bring it into our first channel. We'll double click that. Now our cameras, I know that we have it on our all the way at the bottom at our 254 folder. So if we go all the way down and double click on our folder, it'll pull up our cameras. Now our first camera is going to be our built-in webcam that we have on our iMac
right here.
here.
On the iMac, okay.
Yeah. But let's say, for instance, someone's going to bring a USB camera. We have a demo here. We plug that in. Media Master Express will recognize that we have plugged in the camera, and all we have to do is just double click it and bring out our display. We want it full screen.
And there you have
and
it.
Bring that up, and it's easy as that. Now we have a live feed.
That's cool. Look at Edgar. He's a superstar. And here's our crew working on today's webcam. Hey, everybody. So that's pretty awesome. So you can plug in cameras, you can bring in video footage, and there's also the ability to be able to use this as a presentation device. So let's say you have a DJ or a video jockey that's bringing in his media. He gives you the media, you bring it in. You could also manipulate that media as well. He says, go ahead and have fun with it. It's my logo, but you can manipulate however you want. How would you do that?
Exactly. So imagine we have a live camera and we're scanning our crowd or our guests. And, you know, let's say, for instance, you're at a club.
Ooh.
You could add certain effects. So here we have, let me add like an RGB effect to that. So now you have a really cool retro looking effect to it. So it's very powerful. If we go through some of the effects here, we'll go one here that
that's pretty cool.
I like staring at for hours.
So it has built-in effects already. So any media that you're bringing in, you could always manipulate it and be able to add effects to it.
That is correct.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And one last thing, as far as audio-wise, the CEO has this sizzle reel, a video montage of his company, and he wants it played over the screen. Now we know we could do that, but what about the audio? Does it have audio capabilities?
Media Master Express concerns handle audio. You would pull in your clip with the audio here and set that up in preferences. So I'll showcase that just right quick. That looks like we'll get out of full screen. We'll go into our preferences here and just go into your audio. And basically this is where you would change all the values for whatever situation, whatever sound card you're using. So obviously here on our iMac, we're going to use our core audio, input device, and output device, and buffer size. So that's where you would manipulate that. That
sounds great. Excellent. Now, as far as launching your media content, I understand that you could use your keyboard as kind of like a switcher.
Yes, there's different ways that you can manipulate it. I mean, obviously the easiest way is just to bring up a slider and bring it out.
Using the mouse to slide up and down.
Using the mouse. So let's put that on all outputs and bring our display to full screen so we can see that on our full screen when we go up.
Cool.
So we have that there. So we have the option of sliding each slider like that. But if you notice here, you can see our keys are QWERTY and it continues. So I can trigger these banks and these clips according to the keys. So that's my W. If I wanted to take it off, I would just press W. I can have it triggered. Right now it's in a latch position. So right now all these banks are blue, if you notice that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be on and off. One press on, one press off. Now if I just wanted a trigger effect, I would hit the latch button on the top. Now all my banks are not highlighted in blue, so that means they're in trigger mode. So now I can just do this and create a quick flash scene if I needed to do that.
So if you're at a club and you got a DJ going on and you want to go with the lights or or have your lighting video display as your lighting effects show, you can actually hit the buttons
I mean, you can start, you know, just triggering video with all the keys like that. And like so.
That's really cool. Now, let's say I have a MIDI device. Am I able to plug in my MIDI device to
you can certainly control
Media Master?
You can certainly control it. You would have to plug it in and map it with the MIDI notes on it.
Very nice.
Map it, all your faders, all your knobs, and things of that nature.
Now, okay, now at our convention, this trade show, CEO says, you know what? Sorry to bring this up last minute. I need to make an announcement. Can you put up on the screen an announcement or a special text message?
Most certainly. There's a whole lot of text options here. We would have to get out of full screen to configure that. So we would go up to our edit tab here and text management. Here we have ADJ and a DJ name. So let's go up here. What would your message
Let's
say?
do ADJ, and the CEO wants to send out a message of good luck to the team.
Okay, so we'll put good luck. Like so, if I can remember how to type. Good luck, team. So we add that there, just hit OK. Go back to our full screen. Now we double click here to bring up all our media into our text folders. Have that there. Like so. Here we go. It's just having trouble with this mouse here. All right, so 250 is where our text folders begin at. and you'll see the different effects there. So just double click it and bring up our fader. Now, right now, it recognized we had the effect on it.
So we had an effect. Now we're going to take off the effect.
So we'll take off the effect, and now you can see that it's being outputted on our main display. We have it at half brightness, so we want to make sure we have it full on. And now we have our Good Luck team scrolling across.
Nice. Or drink specials if you're at a club.
Drink specials at a club.
Concert, information on upcoming events, whatever
Exactly.
comes up. Well, and can I do effects and apply different
You can
things to it? Let's say I want to put the DJ name, but he didn't come prepared with his logo or anything. I just put up his name and be able to do that.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. Just back to our text editor, input the DJ's name, and then you can have that outputted either to your main display or whatever pixel-mappable fixtures you might have. You can still add your effects. So we would go here to effects. Let's say like that RGB effect.
Very nice.
And also when we're on effects, I do want to touch bases that if we go into our edit tab, you're able to manipulate your effects and save them as custom effects. So let's say you like this RGB effect, but you want it, at a slower pace, or you want it flashing faster or whatnot. You can manipulate preset parameters and then save that. So when you recall it, it's going to save that recalled effect for you.
Go straight to that saved preset.
Exactly. And you also have these knobs here.
Yeah, tell me about these knobs.
So now these are custom knobs. Right now I have it mapped to my brightness and contrast, but that doesn't necessarily need to be the case. So you would hit your edit button here, and this is where you would map those out. So you have different options for that, either visuals, movie speed, and whatnot. Like I said, I have it on brightness and contrast. You have 3 options there.
So these are custom knobs that I could assign specific things for the software to do.
Exactly.
And that way I don't have to open up an edit tab or edit menu and be able to do it.
Yeah, so this is more on-the-fly manipulation.
On the fly. That's pretty cool.
So instead of opening that, you can have that map there. So if I want to bring up my brightness on there, we can see on our output monitor that it brings up the brightness, but that looks too bright. Different situations, different lighting, you might manipulate that a little bit more. But you have the option to do that there.
Wow. So in many of the events that I go to or that we've seen, there's so many media displays, so many things going on, and I've always wondered, how do they do that? And with Media Master Express, it makes it really easy and really fast to get into it and manipulate your media content. So not only are you manipulating the content, you're also creating it. So we're going to take a small break to answer any of your questions live on the air. Make sure that you go to our chat room on our YouTube video page and be able to ask any questions that you have, and we'll be glad to answer them. So we'll be right back after these messages. Hey everybody, we're back live here at our live learning webinar here at ADJ. My name is Jose. This is Edgar.
Hello.
Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for your patience. We are going through a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're getting through this as quickly as we can. We're going to try to answer as many of your questions as possible. So why don't we go ahead and get in there and see who is online. We're going to do first a quick shout out to everybody who's logged in. Let's start with Apocalypse 38, Anthony Cahill, Adrian Snell, DJ True, Arnaldo Offerman. We got a whole bunch of people on there. Dr. Crippen 324. Hello everybody. Mixwell Events, Fabian Art. You guys are awesome. Look at all our fans. Rumi TV SK, Juan Mauricio. Thank you so much for your support, and please make sure you retweet and re-Facebook the posts and share it with everybody throughout the day. All right, so the questions, we got a few of them. Here, Uncle Runko asks, how many channels or outputs does KlingNet box have? Is it one universe per box? Need one per fixture, or can I chain, etc.?
It doesn't necessarily use universes. It has an in and out, and it all depends on how many pixels you're going to have across.
Oh, okay.
So across and bottom. So it doesn't necessarily, it isn't like a DMX universe. So it doesn't have universes.
Got it, got it. All right, let's see. Moving on to the one, our next our next question. Let's see here. Oh, a lot of conversation amongst everybody, which is good. A lively conversation. And again, the stream, we do apologize for that.
Here's a tip as you're looking through the questions. One thing I want to touch bases on, you can always download the software from Archaeos, but if you buy the box version with one of the vendors, you get an extra 4.1 gigabytes of video clips on it. So that's very important. If you want to go out and buy the box version, you're going to have clips automatically on there for you for you to control right off the bat. So that's a pretty neat feature or bonus with the box version.
Oh, so you get a little bit more footage,
exactly,
a little bit more content for you to work with and play with.
Exactly.
All right. So can I, this is DJ Crippen, so can I siphon Virtual DJ Serato video into Media Master?
That I'm not too sure of.
Well, we know that Media Master Express, which is distributed at ADJ, is more of an entry-level software. And there is Media Master Pro, which handles a little bit more capabilities, right?
Exactly.
So with Media Master Pro, you do have more features that allows you to do more stuff. And I'm guessing that with Siphon, you can use the Siphon plugin for controlling your content through Virtual DJ or Mix Emergency through Serato.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, but unfortunately, we're just talking about Media Master Express today, or as I like to call it, Grand VJ Media Master. You know, it's kind of like a mashup.
That's the upgrade.
That's the upgrade. All right, we're going down to more of the questions. Bring them on. The VF, okay, so the VF Volcano, did you guys see that commercial? Now that is an awesome commercial. That video went up yesterday. That is a really cool video produced by Candice. Now, we will be doing a periscoping streaming throughout the week leading up to DJ Expo, so tune into that, and who knows, maybe we'll talk about the VF Fogger Volcano in one of those periscope streams. And of course, DJ Expo will be showcasing all of our brand new products, including the VF Volcano. Okay, so does Media Master retail at looking at the new layouts could be convinced to convert from Resolume Arena? I don't know if that's a question or if that's just a statement.
A statement, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you know, I did have a question, I think. How many folders are we talking about? I know you mentioned as far as the root folder. How many folders does it contain?
You have 255 root folders.
255. And each folder contains
255 banks.
Oh, okay.
So it winds up adding over 60,000 slots for media slots.
Oh, geez,
Yeah.
that's a lot of content. I would venture to think that if I were to video DJ, I mean, we all have our softwares that we use, but you could essentially use this as a video DJ software.
Exactly.
Can you?
Yeah.
I mean, you got audio output, and you got your controllers. You could plug in a MIDI device and be able to use the faders to trigger your scenes and go to the next one. And
Exactly. And
other-
that's the great thing about Media Master Express, that you could use it as a DJ, mixing software, or you can use it for different type of applications.
Got it. Now, here's a statement by Arnaldo Offerman. Thank you very much for your sound advice. He is one of the pro users when it comes to Media Master, and we follow his lead sometimes because he has a wide reputation of knowing Media Master in and out.
Exactly. And if you haven't seen his videos, you need to check him out.
You got to check him out.
Yeah.
He's really has a lot of great videos. As far as the 255 values are concerned, why 255 folders? There's a reason why. Can you elaborate?
What's the reason why?
Well, I think it's due because of the 255 channels in DMX, right? So even in Media Master Express,
Yes.
doesn't have DMX input and output capabilities, but Media Master Pro you can, which you can use Media Master as a fixture. So you can plug it into a DMX console and run a Media Master as essentially a fixture.
A fixture, yeah. You have way more control over all the parameters and values.
Cool. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, that's fine.
Let's see. So any more questions, please post them up at this point. Remember that you could also put them on the hashtag. Have you checked the hashtag? Is through Twitter, and what you do is you put the hashtag symbol followed by live learning webinar. And even if we don't get to your questions today, or you don't think of any questions right now, but maybe later on you do, you could always post a question under the hashtag live learning webinar, and we could get to it and be able to respond to it either today or in the future. So I'm going to check, see if we have any questions there. And nope, no questions on there, of course. Thank you very much for participating, guys. You guys are awesome. But no, I mean, really, to kind of conclude, to kind of wrap this up and put this into a nice package, the Media Master Express, distributed by ADJ, is a great tool to kind of incorporate not only video, which you can manipulate and control, but add it to your lighting fixtures.
Exactly.
Existing lighting fixtures, your movers, your part cans, even some of the brand new products that are coming out with KlingNet and ArtNet capable devices that are ready to receive that information.
And yeah, that's what makes this software so versatile. Because imagine if we had, par cans all around it, some dots pars, and we mapped that into our KlingNet and had video going throughout that. So that's what makes those interesting setups that, could make you stand out from your competition.
Yeah. And there was another point that I saw Arnaldo post up is this dongle device that already has your key code embedded in there, and that allows you to use any computer as your Media Master controller.
Yeah, because the way it works, the license, you need to be connected online, and then it checks for the license. But let's say, for instance, your computer crashes, and you have that dongle. So now you're not able to deactivate your computer because your computer crashed, and now you're stuck without controlling, all your media. But with the little dongle, you can suddenly take it out, plug it into USB, and then automatically that's going to become your server there, and you'll be able to control everything through there.
It's kind of like a backup, built-in backup.
Yeah, and then you can take that just to any other laptop. It doesn't necessarily have to be tied to one laptop.
Cool. All right, so on behalf of everybody here at ADJ, we want to thank you very much for watching our live learning webinars. Please stay tuned for our next live learning webinar in 2 weeks, and that's our pre-DJ Expo webinar, and we're going to be talking about the NE1.
Ooh, nice.
The Wi-Fi NE1. It's a brand new product that it allows you to control your DMX products, and we're going to go deep into that. So stay tuned for more information. Check out our website at adj.com, and also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Bye-bye, everybody.